We have completed a series on growth and development. Huh? হয়ে গেছে তো growth and development এর বেসিক্সটা হয়ে গেছে হ্যাঁ so we have completed one series which is very important and now this is a series on nutrition. Okay, এটা আজকের থেকে আমরা শুরু করব. So what do you understand by nutrition? Basic requirements like you eat something and then you have energy out of that, right? So it can be like under, it can be over. Acha. So in nutrition there are different aspect to it because it is very important. So we take nutrition in a very, and last day I told you that our group of like the children, they are of heterogeneous, like we have 0 day, day 1 we have 17 years, so obviously nutritional requirements will be very different. Okay, that I will teach you in next class, my next class. And so today, what is the first nutrition that the baby has? Breast milk, very important. So today we'll talk about breastfeeding. Okay, chalo. So this terminology you know, newborn, infants and all, we discussed that. Okay, right. So breastfeeding is like, it is so important in a baby's life. You can consider this as a first immunization. This is so not only for in terms of nutrition but also in terms of immunity. This is so important. And for that, obviously there are worldwide, like our WHO, then UNICEF, all are like promoting breastfeeding. Until date, see, this is one topic that was relevant when I was a UG student. We we were taught about breastfeeding, and again, see, when you are UG student, so it will be relevant when you become teacher. It will never end. Okay, this is one topic. And even with the promotion, with so much of promotion of breastfeeding, till it's very bad that still we are fighting that we are not able to establish the exclusive breastfeeding in children, even in India. In general, we are considered as a developing country, no, but we cannot introduce exclusive breastfeeding. I'll tell you why. Okay, so when do we actually start breastfeeding? As soon as possible. For normal delivery and also for cesarean section, as early as possible, at least within 1 hour. Okay, so each and every word is very important. And exclusive breastfeeding, it goes on for how long? 6 months. And then after that, up to 2 years or beyond, not at 2 years. So suppose a child who comes to you, say 2 year 1 month, will you ask them to stop breastfeeding? They can continue, right? So till the mother has breast milk, if the baby is getting some amount of breast milk, let it continue. Okay, normally children go to school by 3 years, even earlier these days. So then automatically they will leave. But there is no cutoff that when to ask to stop, right? Okay. Now, then after 6 months, so what we do? We mix it with the complementary, like there is complementary food as well as breastfeeding. Okay, right. So yeah, so that is what I was saying, that in 50, like about 45% of cases, they are not, see, almost half of the babies, they are not exclusively breastfed. Okay. Okay, so now there are quite terminology. What is exclusive breastfeeding? What is exclusive breastfeeding? That is only breast milk, not even a drop of water. For first 6 months, baby is having only breast milk. That's it. It is starting, no prelactials. That means not giving anything before starting breast milk. There are some customs I will tell you, like what happens. Like somebody will give them honey, in fact tea. One of our patient, they had like, the baby was sleeping a lot on the first day he was born. The grandmother bought tea to wake him up. Huh? এটা করতেই পারে লোকজন। Anyway, so what is predominant breastfeeding? So exclusive breastfeeding is not giving anything, not even a drop of water, starting with breastfeeding, continuing till 6 months of life. That's it. That is exclusive breastfeeding. Now, predominant breastfeeding is what I tell you. Some amount of water, some tea, some honey, some michri water. Huh? So they give. But mostly the baby is feeding, like breastfeeding, but they are giving little stuff like, oh খুব গরম এখন তো একটু তো জল দিতে হবে, হ্যাঁ, তো এরকম ভাবে it is not advised, but people do it. Partial breastfeeding, this is very common in our part of the world. So what is that? Breastfeeding along with top feed. সারাদিন ব্রেস্টফিডিং করে, রাতে একটা টপ ফিড দিই, ভেরি কমন, ভেরি কমন। ইউ উইল আস্ক, না ওর পেটটা ভরে না। দিস ইজ দ্য আনসার. So that is partial breastfeeding. Then complementary feeding is like when we are introducing solid feeds, right? Then there are other terminologies like mother's own milk, that is MOM, mom. It is, what is that? Baby's own mother's milk. Now, in some condition, acha ami aschi pore, but in some conditions we may not get mother's own milk because of many other reasons. Okay, the mother may be sick or maybe not feeding much. Baby is sick, separated from the mother. So then we use donor's milk. Okay, we have we generally have milk banks where they donate breast milk, and then we can give it to the the very low birth weight babies, preterm babies who are there, whose mother's milk cannot be given, like in some situations. And then fresh milk, obviously, the mother's milk, and then frozen breast milk. So we can freeze it. Okay, we can store it, we can freeze it. Okay, and if we can freeze it at minus 20 degrees, it may stay up to 3 months. In fact, in some conditions, it may stay up to, like good, can be used up to 6 months, right? Chalo. So what is the advantage? Obviously, this is common, like complete food. It's a complete package. So we have adequate water, carbs, protein, fat, immunoglobulins, like whatever you need, whatever that baby needs on that particular time, like on that particular time it is given. In fact, you will be amazed by the creation and the nature that the preterm milk is very different from the term milk. So the mother who is giving birth to a preterm baby, the breast milk also varying according to the need of the baby. How amazing is that, isn't it? Acha. So it's rich in antibodies, different kinds of antibodies. So that's why we were saying that this is the first immunization, okay, because rich in antibodies. Then calcium, potassium, calcium phosphorus ratio is very good. Then right temperature, it's sterile, it's good, like there is no maintenance kind of thing. It can be given at any point of time. It's cost effective, most importantly. The baby foods are very, very costly. So then emotional bonding, there are some maternal benefits, there are some baby benefits are like huge, okay, and it also decreases the chance of illness, okay, and obviously mother's health also it improves. So what are some baby advantage? I already said that protection from immunity, good nutrition, hydration, everything. What about the mother? Yes, very good. Not only breast cancer, but also ovarian cancer. And what else? What else? What is the immediate effect? Like they start breastfeeding and the uterus involution. Okay, so uterus comes back to the normal size. It decreases the chance of postpartum hemorrhage. It helps the mother to come back to the to shed the weight gain in the pregnancy. Okay, it helps them a lot. So they come back to the normal weight that they were before the pregnancy. Okay, chalo, I'll tell you. Okay, so this is basically this part. You see, so this is the nipple area and the areola area. So we have lots of nerve endings here, And then there are some, these are the alveoli of the breast, like the glands, okay. So this is where the milk is getting produced, and it comes through ductules, then ducts, bigger ducts and like that, right? And if you see the unit, there is some, these are the like secretory cells, and they have a myoepithelial covering to that. So there is secretion, and then the myoepithelium which gets contracted, and the milk is ejected. Fine. Just remember these two part. Okay. So now first let us look into this. So what is happening? Baby is sucking the milk, and the nerve endings in the nipple and the areola part, that is getting stimulated. The stimulation is going to where? This is the hypothalamus. Okay. So in hypothalamus, there is, and from hypothalamus there are two things happening. One is the anterior pituitary is getting activated, and also the posterior pituitary getting activated. Now from the anterior pituitary, see what is happening? It is enhancing the secretion or giving the signal that prolactin has to be increased. To achieve that, there is some substance called prolactin inhibitory hormone. It is suppressed, okay? It is suppressed by the hypothalamus, and prolactin is getting secreted. So what does the prolactin do? Prolactin works on the secretory cells to increase the production of breast milk, or to production breast milk, okay, to produce. And so শুধু produce করলে হবে, ইজেক্টও করতে হবে, সিক্রেটও করতে হবে, হ্যাঁ সরি মানে ইট নিডস টু বি কাম আউট। আচ্ছা, তাহলে সেটা কি করবে? সেটা অক্সিটোসিন করবে, okay. Oxytocin is getting released from the posterior pituitary, which is getting secreted, acha, and then it comes to the myoepithelial cells that I already shown, okay. There it is coming and helping to eject the milk. Now imagine this is a cycle. This is a cycle. So the more baby sucks or suckles, the more prolactin gets like secreted, the more breast milk is produced, and it is getting ejected by the oxytocin. Now what if the baby cannot suck or is not given an opportunity to suck? Okay, so suppose the first day, normally the breast milk is very, very thick and it comes in a very, very less quantity. Now mother, obviously the mother is very like little sick on the first day of delivery. If it is a cesarean, so mother will be little sick for the next 7 days. So what happens? They start believing that it is not adequate. It is not happening. Now, this is the interesting part. The more they get stressed, this pathway will be hampered. Okay. Also, this prolactin, they actually get secreted mostly at the night. So nighttime feeding is very important. Generally, baby is awake during the night time, in general. So almost for first 3 to 6 months, baby doesn't sleep at night, they sleep in the daytime. Why? Because the prolactin is maximum secretion during the night time, okay. Now if the mother is not giving night feeds, mother is not motivated enough, and she starts believing that, okay, I'm not producing good amount of breast milk, so this leads to the stress and oxytocin release decreases, okay. And now this becomes a vicious cycle. She will think that, no, I'm not producing enough breast milk, oxytocin will not release, and she will definitely not be able to produce, and also the prolactin gets affected, right? So first, most important is to motivate the mother. Nahin, you can do it, like it is enough, okay. So they need a lot of reassurance, otherwise this whole cycle gets disrupted, okay. So what is the number one reason for failure of breastfeeding, failure of successful breastfeeding? position. Okay, so whenever is somebody or the mother is complaining or saying that okay, it's not happening, not able to feed the child, he is crying or whatever, check for the position. Okay, so position kirokom hobe? So mother, the only thing is that the baby should be well supported. Both the mother and the baby during breastfeeding becomes an unit. So both has to be supported. So mother's back will be supported, baby's back will be supported, right? So they should, the baby should lie in the same plane. Otherwise, মাথাটা এখানে ধরে আছে, পা ঝুলছে এখানে, হবে না এরকম ভাবে, হ্যাঁ? Baby's face should be facing mother's face. There will be eye contact, there will be bonding. So the more bonding happens, the more they suck. Otherwise, the baby will also not be able to suck, right? And they should be held close to the mother. We know about kangaroo mother care. They should be supported. Their temperature should be regulated, right? Fine. So chest to chest position or abdomen to abdomen position, fine. And then, actually I got the picture, but kothao ekta chole gelo picture, whatever. So there are certain positions, like, so there is called cradle hold. Cradle hold is that the baby's, that's the classic breastfeeding position. So baby's head is resting on this side of elbow and the baby is like the horizontal and is getting supported. There may be a pillow, there may be a pillow just below the baby's back. So baby's back is basically resting over the pillow. This is cradle hold. And if you do the opposite side, it's become cross cradle hold. Okay. Now there is another hold is called football hold. What is football hold? Is basically like this. So you're holding the baby, his head is in the front and the body is slightly behind. So a very good example is that twins, how the mother feeds twins, obviously. So one baby on the one side, another baby on the other side, and their body is in the behind. So it's holding like this, okay? So that is called football hold. Then there is side laying. For some reason, say mother has cesarean section and she cannot sit or lie supine. So there will be side lying. Side lying position is also good. Fine. So there are certain positions: cradle hold, cross cradle hold, football hold, and side lying position. These four are enough. Okay. Now attachment. So position is how the baby is positioned along with the mother. What is attachment? That how baby is feeding. Like what is the, see the picture? Baby's mouth is widely open. This comes as an MCQ. Baby's mouth is widely open. Lower lip will be everted. This is not very ideal, but lower lip will be everted. Okay, it's like coming out. And the areola part, okay, lower lip is turned outward or like the everted. Baby's chin is close to the breast and baby is suckling around the alveolar circumference. In ideal situation, if the attachment is good, then you can only see a little part of areola over the upper lip of the baby. Got it? So this portion will be very less. Okay. So what is? It will be widely open mouth, chin outward, like lower lip outward, chin is touching the mother's face, and what? And areola will be very less visible. So almost all the part of, like most of the part of areola will be within the mouth of the baby. Why? Because nerve endings, they need this for the good suckling. Okay, chalo. Acha. Now we ekhane ekta kotha bole di. So there are two reflexes here. One is prolactin and one is oxytocin reflex for breastfeeding. Now there are certain reflexes in the baby that also helps in breastfeeding. Okay, what are those? Number one is rooting reflex. Okay, rooting. What is rooting? Anyone knows about rooting? No. Okay, rooting is like if you touch the baby's mouth or this part in the face, the baby's mouth will be open and they will turn. They will turn toward the breast. Fine. So if they get hold of the breast in some part of the mouth, their mouth will automatically go towards the breast. They will turn toward the breast and will widely open. This is rooting. Another is sucking reflex or suckling reflex. There is difference between sucking and suckling. Sucking is how you suck the straw. Suppose there is the way you drink some cold drink through straw, that is sucking. So it's mostly happening from the lips. But suckling, when the right, but suckling is what? The chin will work. So it's little hard work. So what basically baby does, baby takes the nipple, okay, all right. So what baby does, baby actually press the nipple with the tongue and use the chin to suckle. Got it? So they create a pressure. They create a pressure out of which, because why? Then only the myoepithelial cells will eject. So it helps in ejection. So there is two reflexes. One is rooting, another is suckling, which is very important. So কেন বলছি বারবার করে? Suppose there is some deformity of the mouth. There is cleft palate, cleft lip. So it will not happen, right? It will be very difficult. Okay. So reflexes are done. Now factors causing lactational failure. The first thing, initiation of time. I told you about this. What I tell that in the very starting phase, the failure happens. Generally, lactation failure is done within 2 weeks. The mother believes that I cannot do it and we have to be, there are different kinds of milk substitutes, so we'll give top feed and we'll give top feed and so initiation time. Generally what happens in many institutes, as soon as the baby is born, the baby is separated from the mother, which is a very, very bad practice, but it happens. So the baby is going to nursery and the mother is with the, mother is in her own cabin or whatever. And what is happening, there is no scope of breastfeeding. Okay, so the baby is started with top feed. When they come back after 3 days, they come with half of the can of that breast, like that top feed. Okay, and then it's very difficult for us to motivate the mother again to forget this top feed and you can feed your baby on your own self, because there's like, no, for last 5 days he did not had any kind of breast milk. Okay, there are very good institute as well who try to give expressed breast milk in these situations. Okay, now family support. I told you that as soon as the mother starts believing that she is not producing enough breast milk, the production will anyway stop gradually. Okay, so family support, generally what happens? See, generally the mother or the mother-in-law, they're like, no, the baby is crying. You're not feeding enough. Now imagine the baby cries for 1,000 other reasons, not only for the hunger. And in the first initial few days, the baby actually wants to suck more, because he knows by nature that if I suck more and if I get hungry more, I will get more breastfeeding, most breast milk. So it is general, but the parents or the parents of the mother basically, they are not convinced that okay, it's not producing, the baby is not sleeping, the baby is not fine. So family support is very important. This is another reason. Top feeding, I told you. Mother's employment, ma kaje jabe. Definitely. So there are different aspects. Obviously, mother will go to work. But there are other ways possible where you can give breastfeeding even when the mother is not at home. By doing expressed breast milk, right? We'll come to that. Problem related to the breast, obviously very, very normal thing, and prelacteals. So prelacteals, I told you, tea, honey, amla water, jeera water, You can give. Fine. So social stigma. So in this community, we have like we know that one thing is that the mother generally prefers not to breastfeed in front of anyone. Okay, because they believe ki it's like evil eye. So nazar, nazar lege jabe bachchar, and it happens. Okay, it happens that they come to us and say na নজর লেগে গেছে and দুধ নেই আর মানে শুকিয়ে গেছে হবে না আর সম্ভব না ঠিক আছে so this they believe. Okay, then some controversial thing is that sometimes the mother herself doesn't want to breastfeed because she believes that the breast will lag, like it will be like there will be breast sagging of breast. Okay, it will be cosmetically bad looking. So this is another factor and not very uncommon. Okay, so they ask about it, like will there be any harm if I breastfeed like that. And like this one I said that whenever the baby is crying, it is taken as hunger, and then the mother will think that okay, no, I'm not producing enough breast milk. Fine. Then family members obviously, and then there is this one, bad milk. Bad milk. মায়ের অম্বল হয়ে গেছে. So acid is now getting secreted in the breast milk. God knows how. Okay. Suddenly there is some connection. So that is one. Then mother has some kind of say loose stool or whatever. Then the breast milk becomes bad milk. And then if they give breast milk, the child will also be like, and it's very common, It's maybe like very funny. But we had one patient, the mother had jaundice, and they did not even want to give, nahi, bachcharo jaundice hoye, and bachchar actually jaundice hoy. And a neonatal jaundice hoy, it's very common. So they were like adamant that will not give breast milk, otherwise the baby will also have jaundice. And they did not give, and the baby had jaundice. Okay, they give top feed. Anyway, so whatever happens, mother is the culprit most of the situations. Okay, why I'm telling you all this? Because so that you are aware of the community around us. Okay, why it's not UK NHS that everyone is very aware and they will be like they will be readily coming to you and ask for okay fine. No, here you have to fight all this. This is your fight when you get into the clinic. They will not ask you about okay, tell me sir, what is the physiology of lactation and what about prolactin, what about oxytocin. No, you have to fight this bad milk and everything. Okay, so prelactal feeding is very common. Why? Because they think that baby is born hungry. You know, he has not eaten anything in the past 9 months, so usko khilao kuch, ha আর কি অদ্ভুত জিনিস খায়. আচ্ছা, কারো তো এর মুখে মধু দিলে কথাটা মিষ্টি হবে, কে কে শুনেছে এটা? হ্যাঁ, তো ফানি, শুনেছিস না? হ্যাঁ, কারোর হয়তো দেওয়াও হয়েছে তোদের মধ্যে, হ্যাঁ, জাস্ট টু মেক দ্য সফট স্পোকেন পারসন। ওকে, আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, এটাও একটা বিলিফ যে যদি বাচ্চাকে 6 মাস ধরে ব্রেস্ট ফিডিং যদি করানো হয়, তো 6 মাস পরে বাচ্চার খাবার খেতে চাইবে না, মানে অন্য খাবার খেতে চাইবে না। উইয়ার্ড। ওকে, তারপরে হচ্ছে যে আচ্ছা, এদের হচ্ছে যে ধরো বাচ্চা ইজ লাইক অলমোস্ট 3.5 kgs or 3.8 kgs and mother is actually lean. Mother is lean and thin. So they will believe that the mother cannot produce enough breast milk for this huge baby. Fine? Lots of it. Fine. So this I think already we have discussed, that the nutritional superiority, and carbohydrate is mostly lactose, and it's very important. Okay, and protein, just remember that taurine and cysteine are 2 proteins which is extremely important in brain development. And also this fat, the omega-3 fatty acids, these are very important for brain development. And whatever we do, we cannot produce something like breast milk. Like the way we cannot produce blood, we cannot produce breast milk. So whatever top feed you can give, you will not be able to achieve this amount of taurine, cysteine, which is readily absorbable, which is well absorbed, which is good, and benefited, fine. So there are lots of vitamins and minerals, water, electrolytes, everything is ideal situation. Then immunological superiority, there are good amount of probiotics, okay, IgA, then macrophages, lymphocytes, lactoferrins, everything, lactalbumin, many things is there that to fight infection, okay. So this is very important. Achha, one important thing is that we know about probiotics. These days many researches are going on about different aspects of probiotic. Now imagine there are certain probiotics which are, you will not believe, but this is like fingerprints. Okay, each of you have a different set of probiotics, like sorry, not probiotics, like the this bacterias, like the good bacterias. You have a every each of you, they have a different set, and it generally starts with the mother's breast milk. So each and every one has different set of these bacteria that helps us in with everything, with disease, with immunity, with brain development, everywhere. So this is a very interesting part. You can read about this. So there are different growth factors also, epidermal growth factor, breast milk lipase, many things are there. And then benefit to mother, I already said this. Acha, postpartum depression is very common these days. It is happening so much. So the mother is very depressed, and that may cause one, failure of lactation, not able to feed the baby, not even want to feed the baby. Sometimes they may even want to harm the baby. Okay, so but lactation helps with the postpartum depression, okay, because it helps with the bonding part. Okay, so composition of breast milk, very important in terms of exams. So they ask you in, it may be kind of a short note, it may be MCQ. MCQ is so very common from this part. Okay, so colostrum. Colostrum is the first milk that is coming for 2-3 days. The first 2-3 days, the milk is very thick. It's like a condensed milk. Okay, very thick, yellowish in color, rich in probiotics and rich in antibodies and and all these fat soluble vitamins are there. So that is called colostrum. Colostrum. Achha, even this is one thing, that this is very harmful for the child. So they believe and they don't give colostrum. So they start breastfeeding after the colostrum is gone. So first 2-3 days they don't give. This is another belief. Then after colostrum for 2-3 days, what comes is the transitional milk. Okay, transitional milk where the fat and sugar content generally increases. Okay, and then mature milk. So transition milk koto din thake? Around 2 weeks. So up to 2 weeks, it is gradually getting thinner and thinner, and mature milk is very thin and easily digestible. Okay, preterm milk, I said that in some conditions, if the baby is preterm, then the milk composition is very different. It has high protein, high fat, low in carbs, and many other antibodies, like any other antibodies are there. Acha, foremilk and hind milk. So what is foremilk? When the baby first starts sucking, the first 2-3 minutes, whatever is coming is foremilk. It is generally very thin. It quenches the thirst of baby. So it's like water. So foremilk is like quench the thirst. Then gradually, as the baby keeps continuing suckle, the hind milk comes. Hind milk is rich in fat, and it actually like it helps with the hunger. So there are some conditions where suppose the baby is not completely emptying the breast. So he is just taking it for 2-3 minutes and then leaving. So only he will be getting only foremilk, no hind milk. So there will be lack of weight gain. Weight gain will not be there, because why? He is not getting the fat. Fine. This is very important. Just you can take a snapshot of this. They love this in MCQs, the comparison between human and cow's milk. So not everything that you just have an idea like what is what. Okay. So in the energy part, it is mostly same. It is just 70 and it is 67. Then protein is, you can see that protein is very less in human milk and this is cow's milk. But actually this protein is very easily digestible, okay, and well absorbed. So even in spite of having more amount of protein, cow's milk is not an ideal choice. This is interesting. Whey is to casein ratio. So you know what is whey? Whey protein. যারা জিম টিম করে ওরা খায়, হ্যাঁ? What is whey? বলতো? Nice. So basically, suppose when we make chhana, chhana তৈরি হয় casein, ছানা বা দইটাকে যখন তুমি ফাটাচ্ছ, so you give lemon juice or say vinegar, whatever, the water is whey, আর যেটা ছেঁকে নিলাম ওটা হচ্ছে casein, as simple as that. ঠিক আছে? তার মানে আমার whey is to casein ratio, just think in human milk, it's 80:20, so more of whey. Now whey is high in protein, like it's a easily digestible protein and very well absorbed in the system. So casein, it's very difficult to digest. That's why normally many babies have cow's protein allergies, right? Because they cannot handle this much of this kind of protein, so they have intolerance, they have allergies, right? And these days we tell them to restrict cow's milk for at least a year. Why? Because there are many researchers which are saying that, okay, you know, cow's milk allergy during those infancy can lead to different autoimmune diseases in the later half of the part. Fine. Okay. So just try to remember it as an idea. Just before your exam, just try to remember the numbers, right? Chalo. So breastfeeding during illness. TB, definitely they can breastfeed. Okay. This is not a contraindication. HIV, again, there is definitely some transmission, like about 10% transmission through breast milk. But the fact here is that if the baby, normally these days we get a very less number of like normal HIV cases. Generally they are detected even before pregnancy or at least during pregnancy. Okay, so mother is already on the antiretroviral therapy, right? So mother is getting ARV. Now, as soon as baby is born, he is also getting medication for that, nevirapine. Then when we give breast milk, what was 10% chance of transmission, that becomes very less. So it is less than 2%. But we have to ensure that the baby is feeding only breast milk. Why? Because if there is mixed feeding, so they are getting top feed as well as breast milk, there is chance of some chance of inflammation around the gut. So as I told you, like for cow's milk or other milks, there may be some inflammation, and if there is inflammation in the gut, there may be minor bleedings also in the gut. That may cause the transmission of HIV, in fact more. So get it, there are micro cuts in the gut and from there the virus is going. Otherwise, if the baby is healthy, mother is on antiretroviral therapy and the baby is also getting ARV prophylaxis, then definitely there is no need to worry about, we can start breastfeeding. Again, why? Then you will say, no ma'am, only top feed is the solution. Definitely. In developed country they do this. You have HIV, your baby doesn't get breast milk, fine. But in our country, see, many people cannot afford top feed. So what will happen? The baby, forget about dying with HIV, they will die in malnutrition. So at least let them eat something, right? Let them have the food. So this is about HIV. Then mastitis, obviously there may be breast abscess, we have to drain it, but we don't stop to feeding, like breast engorgement and mastitis, definitely we continue feed and give like analgesics, hot fomentation, hot and cold compress, kind of that. Fine. Breast abscess we have to drain. Mothers, I told you that this cleft palate and cleft lip thing, sick baby, very like very low birth weight, extremely low birth weight babies, preterm. Suppose 28 weeks, 20, even these days 26 weeker is also getting like they are surviving. So they cannot suckle. Their suckle reflex has not even like come. So they will not be able to have breastfeeding. But they can have expressed breast milk. Yeah. So this is one problem, is that there is flat nipple. So there is some correction for that. It's very easy. We have done it in our PG days. So you take a, like this is one syringe, normal syringe you take, 10 to 12 ml of syringe, and then you cut this portion of the this nozzle, and then you put the piston on the other side, and then you teach the mother, you educate the mother to do it in frequently. Okay, just pull the piston to bring the nipple outwardly. Fine. So this is one correction for the inverted or flat nipples. Now sore nipple. This, why this happens? It's like attachment issue. Baby is not getting attached properly. So he is basically trying to feed from wherever he can, and that is why it is happening. Fine. So correction is feeding process. So I have to just teach the mother about good attachment, and gradually this is vanishing. This is breast engorgement. Obviously, if the baby is sick, or say for some reason baby is not feeding well, so the milk gets deposited, obviously it gets there, and we have to express the breast to get the milk out, to let the milk out. It is actually painful, but we don't advise to stop feeding from this breast, because that may lead to more engorgement. Fine, so we have to let the milk down. Breast abscess, obviously we have to drain it, and then also we don't advise to stop. Again, at least express can be done. Correction is incision and drainage, and continue breastfeeding. Fine. Acha. So expressed breast milk is that whenever the situation is that breastfeeding cannot be done in the proper way, the way they do, and mother is busy, mother is going somewhere, mother is working, so we can do what we do. We can advise for the expression. So how they express? They generally there is a they like you have to hold hold the nipple like this, and give a posteriorly. You have to press it posteriorly, and then the milk starts coming, right? And you can also use breast pump for this. There are certain pumps that gives the exact kind of like solution. It's very good. Fine. So this is how you express. Now you can store it. Okay. So in room temperature, if you keep it like this in room temperature with a well covered lid, it will stay up to 6 hours. Fine. If you refrigerate it, then in normal, if you keep it with cooling bags or ice bags or like that, it can stay up to 24 hours. If you refrigerate it in a proper refrigerator, it stays up to about 5-6 days. Okay, it stays. And then even you can keep it in the bags and keep in the refrigerator to be used. Just you have to thaw it, like just bring it out and then keep it for some time before giving it to the baby. Fine. And if we freeze it, like in the deep freezer, I said that in deep freezer, minus 20 degrees, they can stay up to 3 to 6 months, like they do it in the milk bank. Okay. Okay, so this is one initiative. So I think we covered a lot on this. See, this is a very huge topic. It can take at least 3-4 classes. Many aspects are there, but we tried. So this is one practice, is baby friendly practice. Nowadays, like in every city, not nowadays, this is there for last I think 18-20 years, because even we had written a short note on this in our final exam. Fine. So baby friendly hospital initiative is that wherever there is a scope of mother child services, you have to give this, you have to have these practices, and you have to agree on that, okay, our hospital is a baby friendly hospital. Fine. So what is that? So they have a written breastfeeding policy. Now they train all the staffs, and continual training. It's not one time, every time, many times. So train all the healthcare staffs the necessary skills to implement. Acha. Now, breastfeeding counseling starts during the antenatal time. So whenever the pregnant mother is coming to our OPDs or gynae OPDs, they will be like counseled that, okay, you have to give breastfeeding to your baby. So just motivating them from the very beginning so that they can do it. Okay, then help mothers initiate breastfeeding within 1 hour. So suppose this one hospital declares that this is a baby friendly hospital. So they have to do it, that they have to maintain this, that okay, we start breastfeeding within 1 hour. Okay, we don't separate the mother with the child. Fine. And then shows mother how to breastfeed, obviously. Then give newborns no food other than breast milk. That is thing. And practice rooming in. What is rooming in? Any idea? Rooming in is that to keep the mother and baby together in the same room, okay, same bed. So they may have a separate cot, but in the same space. Like I said, that there are certain institutes who separate the mother. As soon the baby is born, they separate the mother. They separate the baby. So not that. So rooming in, that means 24 hours a day, like every time the mother and baby is together, which is the ideal situation. Fine. Acha. Then encourage breastfeeding on demand, and no artificial anything like teats or these pacifiers, nothing. And then foster establishment of breastfeeding support groups. So in general, what is seen, that if a doctor asks a mother to breastfeed or try to motivate, or the nurse do, they're like, fine, okay, they are saying, they have to say. But if another mother, they support them, this is very good. So they make a support groups of mother, right? Fine. Okay, and then this is one act, it is Infant Milk Substitute Act. What is this act is that you cannot promote, thoda dekhbi, je you see ads of different thing, but you will not see ad of infant milk substance. It is banned, like you cannot promote infant milk substitutes. Okay, so you don't see those ads like, okay, you feed your baby with this. No, they don't give it. They give from the cereals. They advertise for the cereals, but they cannot advertise the like the infant milk substitutes. Okay, so many things like you cannot promote. A doctor cannot write, obviously, on prescription some infant milk substitutes. They cannot write about top feeds. And so there are many regulatory bodies which is looking after this. Another is that mother's absolute affection. This is one program that is started initially by UNICEF. It is Mother's Absolute Affection. This is again another program related to breastfeeding. So again, breastfeeding promotion, fine. So mostly we have completed. Now I come to this question, that even irrespective of all this, the mother will say, I am not producing good amount of milk. Okay. How do we reassure the mother that she is producing good amount of breastfeeding? কি বলবো আমি মাকে, কি দেখতে বলবো? আমাকে তো বোঝাতে হবে, না 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 হচ্ছে চলে যাও বললে তো হবে না, বলো। What is the sign that the baby is feeding well? আরো সহজ করে দিলাম। হ্যাঁ বল, হ্যাঁ বল। স্টুলস নয়, না না না, ওয়েট বাড়বে একদম। হ্যাঁ আচ্ছা, আর তিনটে আছে টোটাল। ক্রাই করবে না, না ক্রাই করবে। কে বললি? ইউরিন, ইয়েস ইউরিন। হ্যাঁ, তো ইউরিন অ্যাটলিস্ট 5 to 6 টাইম ইউরিন পাস করছে বেবি। খুব ভালো যদি আরো বেশি করে, লাইক 8 to 10 times is very good. Another is what he said, that weight gain. আর কি দেখবো? আরেকটা আছে পয়েন্ট, আনাদার পয়েন্ট ভাবো। পেট ভরে গেলে মানুষের কি পায়, কি হয়? ঘুমায় বাচ্চারা, হ্যাঁ। সো আফটার ইচ গুড ফিড দ্য বেবি স্লিপস ফর অ্যাটলিস্ট অ্যান আওয়ার অর টু, সো 1 to 2 আওয়ার। আচ্ছা, তাহলে মাকে আমরা কি বোঝাবো? মাকে কি বোঝাবো? হ্যাঁ, যে আচ্ছা মা, তাহলে বাচ্চা তোমার ঘুমাচ্ছে, ঠিক আছে, কিরকম ঘুমাচ্ছে দেখো, এতটা ঘুমাচ্ছে, তো 1 to 2 আওয়ার ঘুমাচ্ছে, ওয়েট গেন হচ্ছে, ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট, হ্যাঁ, এতবার করে ইউরিন পাস করছে, তার মানে ঠিক আছে, তবেই না বুঝবে। হুম, আচ্ছা, ওকে। তো এটা তোদের ওই এর মধ্যে আছে, এডকমের মধ্যে আছে, এটা একটু করবো আমরা পরের বার, যে হাউ টু কাউন্সেল আ মাদার ফর ব্রেস্ট ফিডিং। হুম, তো কি করে করবো আমরা, বল না, একটা একটা করে পয়েন্টস বল। হাউ টু, ফার্স্ট অফ অল কখন করব? না, অ্যান্টিনেটাল পিরিয়ড থেকে চালু করব, ঠিক আছে। তো ইন এভরি অ্যান্টিনেটাল ভিজিট উই শুড ডিসকাস অ্যাবাউট ব্রেস্ট ফিডিং, দ্যাট দেখো এটা করতে হবে, এরকম 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 হোয়াটএভার, সো উই হ্যাভ টু মোটিভেট দেম। আচ্ছা, অ্যান্ড ইন জেনারেল we do it after delivery when we are starting with the breastfeeding just to maintain it, right? Okay, তো কি কি পয়েন্টস বলবো? লাইক একটা মা বললো যে না আমি খাওয়াতে চাইছি, কি বলবো, কি কি বলবো তখন? না, আমি আই এম নট ইন্টারেস্টেড, এত ভালো ভালো এখন মিল্ক সাবস্টিটিউট এসে গেছে, এত কিছু আছে বাজারে, ওগুলো বেশি নিউট্রিশাস বলছে। বেনিফিটস বলবো, কি কি বলবো বেনিফিটস এর মধ্যে? তার মানে we divide it that okay, see, this is beneficial for you, this is beneficial for baby, and this is beneficial for the society also, হ্যাঁ। তাহলে benefits to the mothers we know, benefit to the baby we know, but society কি লাভ হচ্ছে বাবা? healthy, healthy হচ্ছে, so we are getting healthy people, we are getting healthy babies, they will turn into a good adults, okay। তো এক নম্বর, দু নম্বর হচ্ছে cost, for each and every human being they born with cost, especially in our country we born with debt, so we are not using another it's becoming cost effective if the baby is breastfed, right? So it's very cost effective for the society, and it decreases a huge burden, it decreases a burden. Suppose the baby is not sick even once, like in the 6 months, or I have patients who are not even sick for almost 1 year, কিছুই হয়নি, ওদেরকে হসপিটাল নিয়ে যেতে হলো না, হ্যাঁ, তো আমাদের হসপিটাল সার্ভিস এক্সস্ট হলো না, we can decrease infection, we can decrease, like in community I am saying, so just by a simple act, এরকম সিঙ্গেল করে করেই তো এত জিনিস হবে। So if we can motivate the mothers to give breastfeeding, to like do exclusive breastfeeding, we are helping the society, in fact our community, right? We get good kind of citizens। चलो ठीक है।